picked up on the top end here, 250 torque, 305 horsepower. So, not bad. Let's go and evaluate this real quick here. I'm going to go to playback. Take a look at our EGTs, take a look at our boost. And I did watch my boost during that pull, and it didn't look like it changed very much. So we might be about that optimized point for spark timing. We'll kind of see here. We take a look at our knock data, get a better idea. Also take a look at our EGT data as well. All right, there we go. Let's go to channels. Let me go and just get rid of all my channels so I can see things better and look at RPM. All right, let's look at the top here. So the EGTs are in the 1600 range. They've dropped a little bit further, about 1600, and that's about what I'd expect. With water meth spraying, or even with ethanol-based fuel, we should see EGTs are in around 1600 degree range, 1700, kind of looking at the peak here. That's completely fine. There's nothing unsafe about that. Target air fuel here, again, is right. Target to the actual here is pretty much on point. It'll look great right there. I'm not going to tweak my air fuel. Take a look at our knock data. This is really the key here in dialing the spark timing in. So we're just looking for some activity in our knock correction. That means we've overstepped the floor. Looks like there's no overstep. So I saw no massive jumps in my knock signature. So that looks good. So we don't have any knock activity that pool. So we're safe. Yeah, that looks great. All right. So we could potentially add a little more spark timing. Let's take a look at what our spark timing went to. So during that pull, we can see our ignition angle now is 18 degrees. And the boost did drop, staying closer to 13 pounds of boost at the high engine speeds. So we see our timing is much higher. I don't think we can optimize it from this point. I don't want to run a whole lot more timing from it. I don't have knock. Everything seems good there. Let's go in and turn our attention to, and that power pool looks pretty good, looks pretty smooth. Again, that's going to be our orange line here. Let's just look at our graph here quick. It's going to be our orange to the blue. So we see our horsepower picked up, probably a good 30, 40 horsepower, and torque picked up a good, probably 30 pound-feet of torque. Let's look at an alternate view of our data here. Let's graph it in here in our kind of more of a dynojet mode. So we're just going to change the look of what we're looking at here. Same exact data, we're just plotting from the pool, but we're looking at it in a slightly different format here. And let's just change our scales. We'll leave it at 550. So we're making a nice smooth 300 horsepower here. You see the power does fall off up top here, so that's going to be a potential concern. This is where, on the top end, where the power is starting to fall off. This may be a result of incorrect injector phasing or injector timing, as I was mentioning before. So we'll turn our attention to that in just 1 second, but I think everything else looks good here. Again, I don't want to get too greedy with my spark timing. I think I'm going to leave that alone. We might be able to add maybe another 2 degrees. Let's just go in here. I'm going to add let's do another, let's say 5%. That's about another degree. Let's do another 5%. That's 2 degrees. That's going to be where I stop right there for timing. So we'll leave our timing right there alone. I will interpolate this. Let's see if I can interpolate this across. No, we don't want to do that. We'll just leave that be since we're riding in this kind of range right here. I'm going to copy my 12 column into my 18, and I'll reduce this by 20. Yeah, that should be good. About 20%. So we'll just bump a little bit more timing into that. Again, that's probably going to be the equivalent of about 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees more timing. That's going to be it. That's where I'm going to stop because our gains are getting less and less from adding our timing in. We don't see any knock activity, so we still should be okay, but I just want to be conservative. So that should be good. So let's turn our attention real quick to our firing angle table here. I just want to talk about this. So right now our firing angle here is about 285. Sometimes when we're seeing our power drop off, as we're seeing right here on our graph, that can be a result of flow restriction in the intake manifold design or the inlet manifold design, or it could also be a factor here of our injector angle. We might need to increase it. A lot of times when the rotary starts to drop power on the top end, we need to go and advance our injection timing, bring it up to something like 320, 340 degrees. So we would have to do that for both stage 1 and stage 2. Let's do our pull and try our timing here quick. Just make sure that's good. And then we'll come back into this. I don't want to go and make 2 changes at once because we can't evaluate if the timing change made power or an injector phase, injection timing made the power different. So I just want to be very clear of how we're adding our timing in here.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.